Hello. Landman Episode 7 recap and ending explained. Will Ainsley be kidnapped? It's Tommy Norris's world, and we're just seeing it through Nathan's eyes. That sounded odd in my head. For most of Landman Episode 7, I miss Nathan's one-liners and his reaction to all of the familial drama around him. I believe the showrunners should give Colm Feore more screen time because he is such a pleasure to watch. Other than him, there was nothing particularly intriguing in the episode. The main highlight of Episode 7 was Monty Miller's idea to drill new oil wells in the Valverde Basin and fund the entire operation out of pocket. Tommy understood Monty was taking a risk and tried to warn him before signing the contract, but it appears that Monty is determined to make a fortune from fossil fuels. So, let's take a deeper look at the key events in Landman Episode 7 and what to expect next. Monty makes a risky deal. Danny Blanton, one of Monty's industrialist buddies, offered him a contract under which Monty's company may drill new wells on his leased land in exchange for Monty sharing 40% of the profits. In Phase 1, they planned to drill 54 wells, which, according to their analysis, could yield 200 barrels. However, the fundamental difficulty here was that none of the country's banks were willing to fund the refineries anymore, and Danny wanted Monty to participate in the project. However, before confirming the agreement, Monty decided to counsel Tommy about it, who informed him that the entire valley was infested with smugglers and that making any profits in such a dangerous region would be difficult. They will have to invest additional costs for fencing and security, which will raise the production cost per well to $750 per barrel. In brief, Tommy informed his boss that while the task itself is not impossible, earning a profit from it is. Monty basically heard what he wanted to hear and chose to throw $300 million into the deal. However, prior to signing the agreement, he promised Danny that he would keep 100% of the production until the cost was recovered, and then 70% for the next 12 months. Finally, when in perpetuity, he would keep 65% of the production, while Danny would keep the remainder. Danny was obviously unhappy with the offer, but he had no choice but to accept Monty's stipulations. In Landman Episode 7, Ainsley meets a new guy and makes friends her own age. During the night party, she met Ryder Sampson, a quarterback. Ainsley did find him appealing, especially because he played football, and so he chose to spend some time together. While seated in the back of his truck, Ainsley informed Ryder that she would be pursuing a degree in philanthropy at university. She intended to help her future husband, an NFL quarterback, avoid taxes. So, while I'm sure the showrunners tried to make Ainsley sound as foolish as possible, someone went too far here. Anyway, before anything could happen between Ainsley and Ryder, Angela, who had placed a tracker on her daughter's phone, requested that a snoring Tommy get into his vehicle and drive their daughter home. Tommy suddenly arrived and interrupted the two lovebirds, but Ainsley made it clear that she would see Ryder again, so we can expect to see them together again in future episodes. Someone keeps an eye on Tommy. In the last episode, the cartel members threatened Tommy that he would not be able to conduct business until he and his employer paid back the money they lost in the stolen airplane disaster. In Episode 7, another group of cartel members appeared near the oil well and demanded that Tommy pay them before MTEX or its personnel bore another hole in the ground. Tommy knew this was going to happen, so he persuaded Boss to put several gun-wielding thugs on the team to give the cartel a taste of their own medicine. Even though Tommy had handled the matter for the time being, it appeared that someone was keeping a tight eye on him and his daughter. And, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to kidnap Ainsley, exactly like they did with Tommy in the first episode. They knew Tommy was a tough nut to crack, but when he saw a threat to his family, he saw he was acting tough in front of the wrong men. Tommy had previously told Dale that his children were not safe with him, and Ainsley's kidnapping would just add to his anxieties.